Chandler, thank you. Well, if you haven't already this summer, many of you are likely planning to spend a day at the pool or the beach. Well, of course, safety is a #1 concern when it comes to anything involving the water. In fact, according to the Centers for Disease Control, each year about 4,000 people die from drowning in the United States, and it is the second leading cause of unintentional death for children 14 years old and younger. That's why an Olympic gold medalist is promoting the importance of learning how to swim after he had his own near-drowning experience when he was a kid. Our very own Kyrie Stewart spoke with him and decided to take his first ever swimming lessons himself. Take a look.
Water. It brings life, it brings fun, but it can also bring death.
I know that fear.
That may be surprising to hear coming from Cullen Jones. He's a 4-time swimming Olympic medalist, but he still has flashbacks to when he was 5 years old and nearly drowned at a water park.
Then I ended up flipping upside down on this inner tube ride, and my dad was handing the inner tube to the next person, and I couldn't pull myself up. My mom came down, she didn't know how to swim, and basically I was underwater for 30 seconds.
A lifeguard saved him, but his parents didn't waste any time making sure that it didn't happen again. They signed him up for swimming lessons a week later.
Right after that, I was terrified of the water. I went through 5 different teachers before I finally found the teacher that I felt comfortable enough to reintroduce myself to the water.
It took him 3 years to learn, and his competitive nerves started to kick in.
When I saw swimming for the first time, my first thought was, oh, I can beat that guy.
Jones swam at competitions all through high school and college. At 24, he made the Olympic team. He currently holds 2 gold and silver medals and has partnered with the U.S. Swimming Foundation for their Make a Splash program. It teaches 1 million kids to swim this summer. And now, it's time for me to overcome my fear. For years, I would spend summers by pools and beaches, but I would never go in too deep.
Some people are like deathly afraid, and the first like 3 lessons, it's literally like, okay, it's just water, like you're going to be fine. And then other people get in and like within, 3-4 lessons, they're lap swimmers.
Nicole Renitsky is the Advanced Aquatics Director at the Roxborough YMCA, and she's going to help me on my journey. We jumped right into it. On day 1, our first lesson was simple.
Putting your face in the water, blowing bubbles, getting acclimated with the water, learning how to just glide in the water on your own.
Day 2 was a little more work. We worked on swimming through water on my stomach. It wasn't easy for me, but by day 3, it was a little easier. I felt more confident with swimming through the water, and it's confidence, unfortunately, that many American children don't have. According to the U.S. Swimming Foundation, 64% of African American children have little to no swimming skills. That figure is 45% for Hispanic and Latinos, and 40% for Caucasian children.
And I was like, wow, this is something that is appalling because I take it for granted.
On my 4th lesson, we made our way towards the deep end, which was probably my biggest fear. Renitsky told me that the key to learning how to swim is just to relax.
People don't really realize that. They get in and, they're in a situation where there's water all around them and they're not comfortable, so they automatically go into panic mode. And what happens is they'll like flail their arms around and then they tire themselves out, and that's typically what will cause the drowning.
On day 5 and 6, I was really put to the test. We spent the entire day in the deep end. Renitsky taught me how to tread water. We still had to use a foam needle and a life jacket at times, but I was still able to keep myself afloat for a few seconds.
So, Nicole, how did I do?
He did awesome.
Do you think I can call myself a swimmer now?
Yes, your biggest limitation right now is whenever your face goes under the water, you panic. I'm going to go with a solid, A-.
Overall, this journey has been a game changer for me because now I know a skill that I can enjoy when the weather is nice and that can also save me if the worst happens.
Seems obvious, but a lot of people don't understand. We have the key to figuring out how to drop these drowning rates in the swim lessons.
I have chills.
Thanks, Jen.
I am so proud of you and so happy for you.
I appreciate it. That was really fun, definitely life-changing, and what the USA Swimming Foundation is doing, with their Make a Splash initiative, offering free or low-cost swimming lessons to 1 million kids, it's truly amazing.
And you would say that lessons, that's the way to go, to take away fear, apprehension.
Definitely, and I would recommend doing it when you're younger. Nicole, she mentioned the same thing too. When you're younger, it's probably easier,
right.
But she said I did pretty good. She said that, like I said, going from not knowing how to swim to doing what I just did in just a couple of months.
And at any age, it's never too late.
That's true.
Swim safety. Excellent story. Thank you so much.